Welcome back to Buzz on Business. We have Jody Gibson with us from the Landscape Shop. Jody, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Glad to have you.
Thank you. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I grew up in the Medina County area, and that's why I decided to bring my business here. My family moved in up since like 1972 and really never left the community, so I enjoy being in the Medina County area.
Oh, we'd love to have local folks with local businesses. That's really great to hear. Why don't you share a little bit about your business?
The business started about 8 years ago, but I have been in the actual industry since high school in 1985. I figured it was time for me to branch off on my own. The business is on landscaping, and we pretty much do anything from cutting grass, mulching beds, trimming shrubs, plowing snow, shoveling driveways, picking weeds, just about anything outdoors.
So landscaping was probably the shortest way to encapsulate all the things that you do.
Yes, definitely.
A pretty extensive list.
Yes.
You mentioned you started out of high school. Was that a career path that you really liked, or did it just kind of happen?
A friend of mine, a couple years older, just started cutting grass. So I started helping him cut grass, and I was always the type of kid that on Mother's Day I'm in the woods digging up plants and trees and putting them in my yard. So that wasn't my long-term path, but that's where it led me. So here's where I'm at.
Excellent. Now you mentioned a little bit earlier about all the different things, not only with the landscape, the bedding, but also of snow plowing. So is that it's a 12-month year-round process for you? Do you have any special packages for folks?
We do. We offer many different packages. Probably our bread and butter is your typical Medina County half-acre lot, smaller. Okay. A lot of it we do for my parents or the elderly. You can say 9 times out of 10, I can cut the grass, fertilize it 5 or 6 times, and plow the snow for your standard residential in this area for like $150 a month, and then you're covered. It's like an insurance plan almost.
No, I love that concept because myself, I know when I get a little bit older, I don't want to be out there dealing with the elements, snow, and handling the garden. So this is something I could get a package for my mother-in-law.
Sure, or yourself.
Yeah. Well, my wife would probably prefer that because I always have to correct. She corrects me when I make my mistakes.
And you don't even have to do that. You can just sign up just for snow plowing or just for grass cutting or just for spring cleanup. We can spread it all out. But that's just a nice quick start option.
Okay. Now, how big of an area, when you say you started here in Medina County, do you serve the entire county? Do you go outside the county?
Yes, we'll get up into Cuyahoga County.
Okay.
It's usually about as far as I'll go, unless it's a very large job. Snow plowing, you try to keep it tight because it could be snowing here and 5 miles down the road it cannot be snowing.
Now, with your snow plowing, you mentioned for the parents, is it also something you could do for, let's say, small business or some businesses that are in some of the strip malls? Do you do those commercial jobs too?
Yes, we definitely do. A lot of our businesses are like locally owned, like a lot of people that are in the chamber, they have their businesses, and it's the same thing. I put them on a 12-month contract, so therefore they're not getting no surprises. Hey, it snowed 20 times this year, and now I've got all these bills. It's crazy. It's the same amount each month, every time. It's a done deal.
Now, with that snow too, is there a quarter inch? Is there any level of how much snow you have to have, or is it something you look out and say, I need to get at it for my customers?
Usually it's based on the customer. Most businesses and residentials, people are up and rolling by 7 a.m. We try to get it done by 7 or 8. Medical facilities, maybe a 1-inch. Grandpa that doesn't have to get out till 11 o'clock to go to the doctor, he could be a little later in the day, or he might be a 2 or 3 inch. So we really try to guide it around our customers the best we can. A couple customers have deep slopes in their driveway or the parking lot. Those we have to get to pretty quick so they can get in and out.
No, that I love the idea that it's individualized, so to speak, based on the need, and you're going to make sure your folks are out there hitting the key areas of hospitals, businesses, and then looking at the residential people also.
Correct. And if needed, we'll mingle them right in as well. That's usually what we'll do. We'll just go in order, we'll mingle them all in. But
Okay.
we start to learn who needs out and who doesn't, or who works nights, who works days.
So I would think that especially when you're busy time of the year, it sounds like it's from dusk to dawn or even into the nights with some of the snow in the winter.
Snow is mostly nights, believe it or not.
Really?
Perfect world, we go out at 1 o'clock in the morning, get everything plowed up and home by 10, but never happens. Because we do have some restaurants in the area that, they don't open until 11 or so it's pretty nice. But yeah, perfect world, we're out by 2 and you don't even know we're there. You just get up and leave and your driveway's clean. I try to tell my customers the biggest problem is if schools are closed, airports are closed, we might be a little late. That means we got a early morning snowfall.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair statement for folks to know. Is there anything that you would like to share with our audience about your business that really sets you apart from everyone else?
Once again, it kind of goes back to where I grew up in the community. A lot of people know me. If you're in the chamber, I'm in Synergy Networking. I have a cell phone. A lot of the construction industry kind of has a bad rap of people getting ripped off or, they collect a down payment. I have a house in Brunswick, my business in Medina. I'm pretty easy to find, pretty easy to get a hold of.
That's great. Well, thank you for watching. We'll be right back.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.